Looks like we do have some lovely artillery here, but only one unit with 2 Doom Wheels going up against a couple chariots, Tyrannok chariots from the High Elves, Flamespire Phoenix, 2 Dragon Princes. So should be an interesting fight indeed. And just going to slow-mo really quickly to check it out, we're going to see Silver Helms on either flank, or sorry, 1 Silver Helm, 1 Dragon Prince. So 1 Dragon Prince on either flank, 1 additional Silver Helm on the High Elf right flank. Up front, they're going to have 5 units of Dryads, backed up by 3 units of just regular old archers. The Flamespire Phoenix is up in the air, and down on the ground, we have the Alarielle the Radiant High Elf leader. She's going to have the Star of Avalorn, Arcane Conduit, Earthblood, as well as False Protection, and the Shield of Sapphire. Now, for the Skaven, 2 Doom Wheels up front, as we just saw. 4 Skaven Slaves, as well as some Skaven Slave Slingers. We're going to see the Plagueclaw Catapult getting fired down. We're going to see 2 units of Rat Ogres, a 5th unit of Skaven Slaves, and then we're going to see 2 units of Clan Rats, 1 unit of Stormvermin with shield, sword and shield. We're going to see the Natty Boo Boo Sharpshooters, as well as an Assassin with a Concealment Bomb, and Lord Skrulk with the Liber Babonicus, Rod of Corruption, Stand Your Ground, Pestilent Birth, and Vermintide. So, getting into the fight now, we're going to be seeing these Doom Wheels pushing out, looking like they were thinking about doing some damage diving in there, but they're just going to go ahead and let their ranged attack do the damage for them. And the High Elf Tyrannok chariots are coming in while the Plagueclaw Catapult continues to fire in, hitting the High Elf archers there a bit, but their thin formation seems to be protecting them quite a lot. Meanwhile, we're going to see the Flamespire Phoenix diving in on top of the Doom Wheel. And it doesn't look like the Skaven really have anything to punish it, so it's going to be okay for right now. Oh man, some big damage going down on those High Elf archers, but the front line, as we can see, is just getting absolutely trounced by Dryads. Skaven Slaves against Dryads, that's a really, really tough matchup for those 4 Skaven Slaves. Silver Helms, Dragon Princes working their way around the flanks, trying to exploit the flanks, and I think the High Elf are just doing a beautiful job here. As you can see, pressure from all angles. The center is pushing in, the left flank is pushing in, the right flank is getting in here. The Doom Wheels are losing a significant amount of health, and now the Rat Ogres are in combat, but the Rat Ogres over here on the Skaven left with the High Elf right are not looking too great. We have the Assassin over here who looks like he hasn't been given an order to attack. He wants to get on top of that Flamespire Phoenix and do some work. More Rat Ogres going in to pin it in place, and that's exactly what the Skaven need to do right now. But as I'm looking across the battlefield, things are looking rough indeed. The High Elf archers expertly shooting down these Rat Ogres who are chewing through Dryads at the moment. But yeah, it does look like the Dryads have been clogged up pretty well by the Skaven player with some summons. Got Plague Monks over here who are much better in combat against Dryads. And then over here, oh, this Dragon Prince is getting a mean rear charge on top of those Clan Rats. Going to be breaking them and the Dryads, and then we'll start pushing forward again. And checking back here on the rear line engagements, I'm going to see the Tyrannok chariots diving through the Skaven backline, doing quite a lot of damage. Over here, Star of Avalorn was cast, but it looks like a lot of units aren't going to enjoy the benefits of it as they weren't in the circle. But this Flamespire Phoenix is still doing well. Full health right now. Just got 2 Rat Ogres hitting it in the back there. Taking a higher level view, we will see that the Skaven right flank is now breaking. The Rat Ogres, the Clan Rats, the Skaven Slaves are all routing, and their center now is breaking too. We have the Stormburner with Sword and Shield still holding strong, but the Natty Boo Boo Sharpshooters were compromised, and the Skaven Slaves here are all routing up as well. Going to see a beautiful cast of, oh wow, Earthblood going down there. And it's going to hit Alarielle as she's running away, and the Dragon Princes as they're diving in. A very nice intercept by those Dragon Princes there. Balance of power still dead even right now. Anybody's game. But I do have to give an edge to the High Elves just because their Terracotta unit is still very, very healthy. And their cavalry is still very, very healthy across the board. The Dragon Princes, you know, taking minimal damage. The Silver Helms are looking a bit worse for wear. They also still have one of their Tyrannok chariots doing okay, but look at this, Rat Ogres getting on top of it. Rat Ogres, an excellent counter to any High Elf chariot play, as they have the mass and the damage output to shoot them down in a rather expeditious manner. A lovely shot from the Plagueclaw Catapult, hitting into these Dryads, providing just what this fight needed to break them. And yeah, the Stormburn with Sword and Shield are still looking pretty solid, and these guys excel at fighting units like Dryads, so it does seem that the Skaven still have some bang for their buck in this army in the form of the infantry, and Lord Skrulk is still healthy. So gonna see whenever that next oh, looks like a Rod of Corruption was going down there. Being curious to see when the next Liber Babonicus goes down. I do believe the first one already went on top of Alarielle the Radiant, but yeah, balance of power is still dead even according to the game. Over here, Natty Boo Boo Sharpshooters, though, I really like this High Elf play. He's not letting up the pressure. He's continuing to chase down the routing Skaven units, and in particular, it's important that he takes out the Natty Boo Boo Sharpshooters. As long as they're alive, they are a huge threat, especially with their stock ability. They can kind of sneak off unnoticed and start opening fire again at the most inopportune of times. And then coming over here, looking at what the Skaven are trying to do here to win the game. Summoning lots of clan rats, pinning Flamespire Phoenixes in place with Rat Ogres and Doomwheel. But unfortunately, it does look like the Rat Ogres are just too tattered and their leadership isn't going to hold. However, the Assassin is still alive, as is Skrulk. So it ain't over till the Fat Lady sings, but the balance of power is starting to shift in favor of the High Elves here. I love the Flamespire Phoenix. Oh, going in for the Assassin. A nice hit, knocking that assassin way back. The assassin way back. And just going to pull her out. Just as easy as that. But both players doing a really good job here in the late stage of the battle. Regrouping, prioritizing different targets, and just singling out and eliminating targets from the field of battle. The Flamespire Phoenix is going to dive in on top of Lord Skrulk, and he is not going to like that one bit. Lord Skrulk does do magical damage, though, so he does have at least some advantage against the Flamespire Phoenix, who does rely very much on physical resistance. And look at that, some serious damage going down just after a little bit of combat. Both the Doomwheels are still healthy. I didn't realize both of them were still around, and obviously that's a huge boon to the Skaven forces. The Assassin, Lord Skrulk, 2 Doomwheels still on the field. That's actually a pretty good combination against the High Elves here, but High Elves do have the cavalry to pin those Doomwheels in place, but they got to be careful because, oh no, they're both out of ammunition, so no more of those lightning shots going off. And look at that, a Rod of Corruption going down. The High Elves immediately going to be pulling their cavalry out of that Rod of Corruption. A very smart move, not wanting to get caught by it. But look at this, the Flamespire Phoenix was left alone in there, and oh, he's going to be able to get out. I thought that Assassin was going to get on top of him, and it would be a world of hurt. But alas, not going to be the case. Meanwhile, archers moving up into position, looking like they're trying to attack. Going to be seeing another charge from these Dragon Princes coming in, and then the rest of the Dragon Princes coming in from the other side. And the Star of Averlorn is going in, people. That's a huge, huge deal. It's going to be able to do so much healing on top of this blob of High Elf forces, and an Earthblood going down as well, guys. So Star of Averlorn, Earthblood going down on top of so many of these units, keeping them in the fight, and the Skaven are just whittling away in the center there. That is a very close battle, but it looks like the Skaven are starting to lose it, and the High Elves are starting to push their way towards victory. I really like this High Elf army, I have to say. Although I'm not a High Elf player myself, any High Elf army that employs the Flamespire Phoenix is alright by me. Assassin and the Doomwheels are over here, still in combat. These Doomwheels are very capable. Even against cavalry, they can actually do okay with their anti-large missiles and just their armor-piercing terror. But it does look like they've bitten off a bit more they can chew, and these Dragon Princes are going to hold strong. And Alarielle the Radiant and her cohort will be able to win the day. Silverhelm's coming in to help try to slow this Doomwheel down, pin it in place, so the Fae can continue hitting it in the back, while Dragon Princes and the Flamespire Phoenix have singled out Lord Skrulk. So a great first game, and congratulations here to our yellow player, I guess I should say, Amber. Oh, sorry. did I do that back? Sorry, to our red player here, Pacta, for winning that victory with the High Elves. And I did do it backwards. That's funny. Oh, silly me, silly me.